Autobots, roll out!
Hello and welcome to That's Just Prime, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Robots in Disguise Air Attack Optimus Primal, and I love this toy. Real quick reminder to everybody, if you see spots on the screen, my lens is not dirty, I dropped my phone, and I've got some dead pixels, nothing I can do about that. So, Air Attack Optimus Primal was released for the Robots in Disguise line in June of 2002 and retailed for approximately $30. So here we have the Ape mode for Optimus Primal, and I really love this figure. It's probably the most screen-accurate version of the Beast Machine's Optimus Primal that we ever got, and he's also huge, massive, massive figure. Going to be a little bit of a hard time showing him off here on screen, but here you go in Ape mode. He looks fantastic. In Ape mode, he's approximately 9 inches tall, and as you can see, very, very beautifully detailed. He's got all the just fur detail. It's all on him, but he's also, all the organic stuff is there, but he's also got all the tech stuff, as you can see, going all the way around him. He's got that silverback gorilla pose on him, which is really, really nice. Big, powerful legs. Just going all the way around, just absolutely big monkey butt, and have to show it off. Just absolute gorgeous, gorgeous figure. Now, this is an electronic figure, so he does have some lights and sounds. To activate the lights and the sounds on him, you have to press on the chest right here, and that's going to light up his chest, as you can see. And then you can hear some sounds in the background there. And then what you're going to do from here is you're going to press down on his head. And you can see that there's some lighting going on inside of his head that's meant to light up the eyes, but it's not really well placed. There you go. And that's all he's going to do, is just those two. Just those two phrases. And then it's going to do the same sound. Nothing changes if you continue to press on the chest. There. Now, as far as articulation, you can turn the head side to side. It is on a slide or kind of on a turntable, so you can rotate it side to side there. You can't look up you can look up a little bit, but you are going to break it up. It's not really meant to do that, but you can do something like that, and if you angle it just right, it's going to look okay. Now, on the shoulders, you can go forward and backwards, in and out, rotate them all the way around on the shoulders. The elbows turn, but not on this mode because he's got these plates right here. If you undo these plates, then you could turn them at the elbow, but again, you know, these are going to be loose. They're not going to be clipped into place, but you could do something like that. You can also, let me get this guy back in place. You can give him the like he's got this hinge right here on the top of the torso, so you could tilt him all the way up like this and give him a really cool like silverback pose. Unfortunately, if you do that, you are going to reveal the robot head, so maybe not so much. You've got a universal joint at the hips there, so you can go in and out with them, and you can also rotate the hips. You do have to deal with a little bit of kibble. Let's go ahead and just do this with them, and I'm going to show that in a sec. So you have a little bit of in and out, and you've got some forward and backwards right there, but you do have a little bit of robot leg kibble in the back, and you've also got this plate sitting back here, so you're going to have to deal with some of that. You can't stand them straight, as you can see. I've got them standing straight right here. You can stand them even a little straighter than this. To do that, what you can do is turn this plate in here, and then the butt's just going to sit on top of that, and then just kind of straighten out the legs if you want to stand them up like this. There you go. And then finally, the hands. You can turn the hands at the wrist. You have a hinge at the thumb right there, and then each finger is individually jointed at both knuckles, so you can do those as well. So there you go. And just for the rest of the ape mode, I suppose we'll just keep them standing straight like that. Let's turn up the camera just a little bit. So that is about it for ape mode before we get into the transformation. Now, however, there was a re-release of this guy in 2016, February of 2016. He was re-released as Year of the Monkey Optimus Primal, and now this guy doesn't want to stand straight. Come on. There you go. So this guy retailed for approximately $40, And as you can see, it's the same exact figure, just in your classic red and blue colors. Now, he does have the same lights and sounds. Well, he's got the same light and sound gimmick, but he's got completely different sounds. So if we press on the chest, these seem to be kind of random to me, so we'll see if I can get all three of them out. So he's got that one. He's got that one. And there's another melody in here, if I can see if I can get it to play. There it is. You can see the light inside of the chest as well. The transformation sound. Boy, that was lucky that all three of those played in succession like that. Normally I have to press it a whole bunch of times to hear them all. And then he's also got the... now for the head, this time around, you don't have to have the chest activated to get the head to play the sounds. Or do I? Yes, I do. So there you go. But this time around, as you can see, it does seem to be lighting up the eyes a little better than it did on the previous figure. So, however, I found it really weird that it just says just Transformers. I think Transform would have been a little more appropriate, but what are you going to do? So, getting into transformation, we'll set this guy aside and we'll concentrate on the original version. So I'm going to start right here at the arms since I already unclipped these guys. Go ahead and pull these up at this hinge. They're dual hinge right there. Turn them around, bring it down on this first hinge, and then bring these guys up. And then these clips right here inside of this panel originally were clipped down here at the bottom of the, I guess, of the wrist. And then now they're going to clip into this part on the top of the shoulder right there. So go ahead and do that. And then the hand is going to do a very short push in just like that. And then rotate the thumb to the other side. Do the same thing on the other arm. Bring it down. Clip that into place. There you go. That is not, there it goes. Now they're in place. Rotate the thumb. Push the arm in. Come around to the legs. Move the arms up and out of the way for the time being. Come around to the legs. These panels on the back of the feet, they're going to rotate up. Bring the reach in here and bring the foot out all the way, just like that. Bring this panel on the back of the foot out. Turn these around. And then go ahead and rotate these all the way forward and bring these panels all the way down just like that to create the shins. Same thing on the other leg. This guy is going to get huge. Beautiful, beautiful figure. Can't wait to get this guy in robot mode. There you go. As you can see, the arms have extended. Not the arms, the legs have extended, and we can barely fit this guy on screen now. Let's let me get the camera backed up just a little bit. All right, so next we are going to get the arms back down again and out of the way. Take the gorilla head and lift it up like we saw earlier. Now you're going to take the gorilla face and tuck it inside of the gorilla head. Bring that back down. Reach right here on the chest. There's a tab on each side. Go ahead and press on those and pull the chest all the way out. And then rotate it. That's going to become the robot chest. Push that back into place. It's going to do that. Pull down on the ab plate and then pull down on this plate down back here as well. Rotate the figure around at the waist. And then you're going to want to bring those with you. So there you go. Bring those just like that. You're going to get a lot of these sounds now. And now we're going to take the entire chest, or the entire torso pretty much, and we're going to rotate it. Just like that. Get all the way around. This piece is on a pressure hinge, so if it pops up like it did for me just now, just pop it right back in place and then just roll it up there. Come back here, and now we're going to take this plate and we're going to use that to cover up the gorilla head. Take the butt plate, push that down. This butt plate was up here covering the head. We're just going to push it down right there. Straighten everything out. And activate every sound that he can make in the process. And there is Optimus Primal in robot mode. Right off the bat, one thing you're going to see about this figure is that he is very heavy. Not only is he heavy, but he's also top heavy. So he is a bit of a challenge at times to get him to stand straight. And here we have Optimus Primal back away from the camera and balanced out. And he looks awesome. But yeah, one thing about this figure is he's huge. Here in robot mode, he's approximately 12 inches tall. He is very heavy and he is top heavy. So he is a bit of a chore to try and get him to stand or pose or even balance standing up. But once you get him standing up, you can see he looks absolutely awesome. Like I said, in robot mode, he's approximately 12 inches tall. Articulation is going to be pretty much the same. The head, you can rotate the head around. The same thing with the arms. You can rotate the arms around. Now you do have elbows, so that's a new point of articulation that you just gained. And you do have a rotation at the wrist, which you also had in ape mode. I should have pointed that out, and I did not. Again, you have a rotation at... Oh, geez, those sounds. You have a rotation at the waist, which, again, you also had that in ape mode, but it wasn't really very accessible. And then, again, you've got the same articulation at the hips. You do have an added knee joint now, and you also have a little bit of articulation at the ankles. You can go forward and backwards for a couple of clicks there. Now, you do have, let's get into some of the features. His left arm has the articulation for the elbow. The right arm sort of kind of has the articulation at the elbow, but it's not quite the same. You see, you've got a spring-loaded attack mode here, and what you're going to do is get the arm pointed forward, and I guess we'll just go ahead and make a fist here. And get him posed like that. And then what you can do is you can pull back on this panel, and you can see how he kind of bends the arm back. So this would be like a punch feature. And there is a sound attached to this. So again, you have to press on the chest and activate that. And then you have to pull on this really hard. And usually I just do it like that. So you're supposed to be able to do it with this, but as you can see, you have to pull on it quite hard, and I'm afraid of breaking one of these hinges off. So I don't really like doing it that way. I just prefer to do this. I prefer to do it that way, or not at all. So there's one of his attack features. He's also got a disc launcher that comes here right out of the chest area. He had this in ape mode, but it was right under the neck. It's not really meant to be used in ape mode. You've got this tab right back here. You can reach under this little flame piece right there. And again, if you activate the sounds, when you press on that button, this disc is going to launch out just like that. And you can continue pressing that button, and you're going to continue getting that sound out of there. Now, you've also got a couple of phrases coming out of his head.
The seeds of the future lie buried in the past. Maximize! The seeds of the
So,
future lie
you have
buried
those
in the
three phrases right there. And then finally, the reason he's called Air Attack Optimus Primal, if you press on this button back here, you're going to deploy his jetpack. You can see some lights right there. And now he's got a motion sensor inside. So whatever direction you hold him in, he knows his direction he's going. So he's going to change the pitch of his flight sounds. There you go. And again, you got the lights on right there for the thrusters, and this simulates some, I guess, flames coming out of that. And then you can clip that back into place, and then you'll have to wait. Give him a little bit of time there, and he's going to eventually stop. It does take a little bit of time. You can see he's got the lights right here on the chest. I wonder if I press on his head.
seeds of the future lie buried in the past.
Yeah, he's still going. Jeez. So, he's going to go on for a minute or so, and then eventually he'll land, and then he'll be done with all his sounds there. There he goes. So there's the landing sound right there. Now, bringing in the Year of the Monkey version. Again, as you can see, same mold pretty much. It's just a straight up repaint. And I really do like both of these. I like the original, obviously, because it looks just like the on-screen version. This really does look like Optimus Primal from the show. I know that there are some liberties taken in ape mode. There's just no. I don't really see a way to have made him look exactly like the ape in the show. But it's still a very, very cool silverback gorilla mold that we got with this figure nonetheless. But when you get into robot mode, this is Optimus Primal from Beast Machines. And I think it's probably the best incarnation that we've gotten on him in toy form. He just looks fantastic. And then the Year of the Ape, he brings the classic. Is it Year of the Ape? It's Year of the Monkey. My goodness. Oh, the comments are going to go nuts on me. So, Year of the Monkey version brings in the classic red and blue colors. And I think it looks fine. It looks just fine on him. I think it actually looks really, really good. So, let's check out the sounds on him. He does have some different sounds. So, if we press on the chest, again, we get the little music going. We'll press on the button for the disc launcher. There you go. That's what the disc launcher sounds like. And you can continue pressing on that. So, a little bit of a different sound on that one. Check out this symbol right here. It's kind of like a mix of the Autobot symbol with like an ape head inside. It's not really a Maximal symbol. It's a whole new thing. And I absolutely love that symbol. We'll get the disc. I didn't show off the disc on the first one, so I'll show it off with this one. It's the same disc. There you go. There you got on both of those. You still have the punch feature, so go ahead and bring this up. Do I have to turn on the sounds for this one? I think I do. And you see the trigger on this one actually activates a little easier than it did with that version over there, so that's nice. You got a couple of phrases.
Optimus Primal. Optimus Primal. Transformers. Optimus Primal. Optimus Primal.
That's just Transformers. Optimus Primal. They just seem so random. With this one, you're probably seeing these lights. These lights look absolutely beautiful on this head. This guy has them too. They're just. It's not that bright of an LED, so it doesn't really light it up. This new one has a much brighter LED, and I'm almost tempted to go into that one and change it out for a brighter LED because that just looks gorgeous right there. So, and then of course we've got the Jetpack, and it's got a little more. That sounded a little more. I don't know, like a Bay-esque sound when it came out. Let me see if I can make it do that again. It sounded a little more Bay-esque to me, but there's the flight sounds, and there's the changes in pitch. So I don't know if it really quite changes pitch more than it just kind of keeps it going as long as you're doing this, and then if you land him, he stops. Is that a landing sound for you, buddy? I hope so. We're landed. We're landed. We have landed. We have landed. You can stop now. See if I can get them both standing there. There you go. That's a pretty cool shot right there. I really do like both of these figures. Originally, oops, don't knock the camera over. This is what happens when I have to back the camera away really, really far. I had originally passed. I didn't get this guy. I did get it, but not for me. When he originally came out, I ended up getting it for the son of a friend who was having a birthday, and he was really into Transformers. I worked at Toys R Us at the time, so I got him that one, and ended up actually really liking it a lot, and then eventually got myself a copy. And then when this guy came out, I really kind of dug it, and I got it for a good price, so I went ahead and got him too. Glad I got both of these versions. So I think that about covers Transformers, Robots in Disguise, Air Attack Optimus Primal, and Year of the Monkey Optimus Primal. What did you think of these figures, and what would you like to see me review next? Let me know by leaving me a comment, give me some thumbs up, subscribe and share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time on That's Just Prime.